Hello, this is Chase Blodgett. Thank you for tuning into my channel, and today we are going to take a look at the Oggi Calypso. This is yet another recommended water bottle, and just like anything else, it has its pros and cons, which I will outline in detail, but first let me explain the nature of this mind-numbingly simple device. Now, first of all, it comes in two different sizes. The 25 ounce and the 17 ounce, okay, in many various different colors out there, okay. Now, obviously it is a thermos bottle that will contain both hot or cold liquids at their peak temperatures for many hours. Now, the advertising on the bottle says 24 hours for cold and 12 hours for hot. Now, this is the first time that I can think of where a manufacturer actually sold themselves short by erring on the side of caution. Now, there will obviously be variables such as, whether ice was used, if so, how much of it, the temperature of the liquid going into the ice, how many times it was refilled, etc. Now, I have a carafe of water in my refrigerator. My wife actually, she crushed up 8 different cubes and poured it into poured refrigerated water over the top of it. Now, she only refilled it 4 times. However, at the end of 36 hours, it still had ice remnants in it. Okay, and needless to say that the liquid was still cold. Now, I have to say I'm incredibly impressed here. Now, for hot liquids, I actually tested this by getting the water to boiling. Then I poured the hot water into 2 separate Calypso bottles, these 2 on the table here. And then I also poured some into the previously reviewed Contigo bottle. Okay. Now, this was at roughly 11 p.m., but I placed one of the Calypso bottles in the refrigerator and left the other one with the Contigo on the counter until about 8 o'clock a.m., okay, the next morning. So the results were actually really interesting. The Calypso in the refrigerator still had a temperature of 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. Now the Calypso that sat at room temperature read 160 degrees Fahrenheit, and the Contigo, it didn't even register on the particular thermometer that I was using. However, it was warm to the touch. Now the last reading I took was 135 degrees Fahrenheit, and that was at 4 o'clock. Okay, that was 4 o'clock later on that day. So I found these results to be just outstanding. But let's talk a little bit about the design here. Now, as you can see, it has a kind of a screw top design here. Okay, I'll give you a quick look right there. Now, you can also see it kind of has this bottleneck design here. Now, the cap is sealed to provide further insulation. Now, it's supposedly designed to fit in cup holders. However, the large one does not fit in my cup holder. So, the way I use these, I use them to refill my Contigo, like when I'm out on the road, as a matter of fact. But as I was saying in the beginning of the video, everything has its pros and cons. Let's talk about a couple of the cons really quick. Now, as we just said, the bottleneck design, the mouthpiece can actually be kind of difficult to use certain types of ice cubes, especially, especially if you use like trade ice cubes. Okay. Also, I've heard that the painted bottles, the pink color in particular, that they chip very easily. Now, I didn't have a problem with this blue bottle, and I've had several others since then. I've never had a problem, but I have heard that. Now, also the sticker, it leaves quite a bit of residue that can be tough to get off. Now, if you have something like Goo Gone or something of that sort, it makes it a little bit easier, but short of that, it can be kind of difficult to get that off. Now, to clean, the bottle says that hand washing is recommended. I actually use a baby bottle cleaner just because it's flexible and I'm able to get into tighter places with it. So, just some final thoughts really quick here. we were so impressed with it that we ended up buying several of these and ended up giving a few away. Actually, one to my mother-in-law that uses it daily for both hot and cold liquids. A couple other people that report good things, but actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I've never really known anyone to speak negatively about a gift, so perhaps we should take that with a grain of salt. The insulation properties are clearly better than the Contigo. However, the convenience of the Contigo vacuum seal is really what's kind of kept me engaged there. So, and I'm going to keep it my primary. But like I said, though, as long as you don't mind the screw top, this would be an excellent primary thermos bottle for you. But anyway, I wanted to give you a quick look at the Calypso by Oggi. These are very reasonably priced. Check them out. If you guys have any questions, as always, feel free to leave your mark in the comment section. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Till next time, this is Oggi signing off.